sharp like ice pick. Me no touch 30 but me in my element like zinc. Press pan C78603, so you know that's salicylic. Knock them out like Ali did it. If a quarters next then you know say we have to dig it. Quiz light, you know say I'm happy with it. Cause welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, fans, welcome to the late night quiz show. And I am your host, Dala, the Quiz Wiz. Yes. This is the 5th episode, the 5th show in a series of shows where we unpack, where we explain, where we entertain, where we provide additional commentary for the National Schools Challenge Quiz Program, held in Jamaica. Yes, in tonight's show, we call the episode The Other Side of the Coin. We want to talk about a rarely talked about subject, and that is the coin toss. Yes. Does it matter who wins a coin toss? Does the team that win the coin toss have a superior advantage to the team that lose the coin toss? Does heads or tails really and truly add value to a competition like Schools Challenge Quiz? Or has it been a perennial gimmick to conceal unknown and unexplored biases? Yes, we are seeing for uncover and explore them questions. Yeah. So of course, we're venturing into virgin territory. Yes, that means is an area where we never yet explore. Yes. So we could jump right in. Though, but at a mathematical level, one would think that flipping a coin in terms of probability is merely a 50-50 toss, a 50-50 chance that it either a go land pan heads or land pan tails. But what if I were to tell you that scientifically speaking, it may very well not be a 50-50 toss-up, but a 51-49. Yeah, you would laugh after me and tell me say me an idiot. And me don't know what me a talk about, and the show a mad me. No. Hold on. Just hold on a little bit and hear me out. Yes. From the perspective of physics, you run the test for yourself and boy, you see something. When you flip a coin, for like 100 or 500 times as an example, the side of the coin will face up before you flip the coin. Especially if you use your thumb, I go generally speaking, be the side where after the flip done, the coin I go show. We are suggesting, ladies and gentlemen, that the way we flip coins inherently creates a bias because the coin itself, the majority of the times, will land in the position that it started with. Yes. Coins flip from the thumb, ladies and gentlemen, don't merely rotate upon its axis, but they actually spin. And the more spin in the coin, the longer the side we face up stays up, the better the chance that it will land that way there. And when a coin lands on the ground after being propelled in the air, a couple things still are going on. One, if the coin buck up on the next object, things that are going to alter, that are going to change the course of where the coin did want to do. And the next thing, when the coin land at a spin, there is a greater probability, say, after the center of gravity get lost, yeah, it is a greater probability, say, the coin are going to land on the heavier side, which really and truly is bias. Because watch out, the engravings, the relief on the coin, whether it be the picture Marcus gave, what we call the relief, that indentation from a numismatic perspective will be heavier than the opposing side. Yeah, it sounds like foolishness me attack. No, but hear the whispers say, I'm mad because of the pandemic or maybe the vaccine that take a toll upon him brain. But what to think logically and research them together for themselves. And what we say coin tosses are not foolproof methods for arrive at an unbiased decision. No. Are there advantages to coin tosses? Well, yes, in some circumstances. If, for example, we did flip a coin for make up a mind concerning decisions in life would have been easier. There would be less mental strain and stress on the brain. Think about it. Be not sure which shoes me for wear, me flip a coin. But what I resolve whether or that me for take the vaccine, yeah, in a them time, yeah. We flip a coin. And if a dirt and dirt. You want to ensure, say, you don't have world wars and governments that fight against them, whether that. We flip a coin. Life basically would have less conflicts if the whole away did flip a coin or just play rock, paper, scissors. Now, as far as a competition is concerned, in various sports, the flipping of a coin has been used to decide which team assumes possession of the ball, like in football. You pick a side of the field where you want to kick towards in terms of the goal. But in other competitions like school challenge quiz, coin tosses are used to determine which team will face the first question. And on that note, we'll take a short break. When we come back, we are going to delve into schools challenge quiz specifically and see if coin tosses and the teams that win or lose coin tosses, does it affect them? Does it affect the outcome of the match? So forward back.
For someone special. Girl, you are so perfect, perfect. Everything about you so perfect. You see the best in me when others disagree. You set me free, making me a better man. The way you smile, the way you laugh, the way you move to lift me up when I'm falling to the ground. And when my burden's laying me down, you raise me up and let me feel I can be who I wanna be. You turn me into a better man, a better man, a better man. Girl, you are so perfect, perfect. Everything about you so
Perfect indeed. Yes, yes. Welcome back. Welcome back to the show. The need to check out the artist, the talented youth. Yeah, what? Just look in the description. Ojaye, Amor. Yes, yes. Now, before we go up on the break, we did a talk about the kind toss at schools challenge quiz. You know, that we are say kind tosses are used to determine which team will face the first question. Right? Now, rationally, the next question we will have to ask is, does it really matter in schools challenge quiz? Of course, there are arguments, solid arguments that can be made for or against. At one hand, from a psychological perspective, if I am facing the first question, then it puts pressure on me. It puts pressure on my team to ensure so we get the question right, which in turn puts pressure on the opposing team to ensure that them get for them question right. And, you know, you can build a momentum that way. So, one can say from that point of view that it is a double-edged sword. Now, for a more experienced team, a side where have momentum and appear to be a quality side, like a Wilmers boys in the context of the 2021 season, them decided to go first won't necessarily be a bad thing. While, on the contrary, for an inexperienced team like, I don't know, John Mills High School, that side there would have prefer for that go first because that will allow them to gauge the kinds of questions that will follow, and as a result, mentally, they are likely to be in a better position to grasp and prepare for the follow-up question. Now, here lies the issue. Suppose the question them no balance. What you mean? Alright. Suppose the first question in the alternate section is Bible knowledge, and it has something like, name the parents of Cain in the Old Testament. We don't say the answer Adam and Eve. Alright. What about if the next Bible knowledge question asks something like, I don't know, what school did Cain attend as a youth before he killed his brother Abel? We are say the question in the balance, and that at the point. if the questions are skewed in terms of difficulty, in terms of the easier set of questions going to the team, we choose for bat first, we win the coin toss or we lose the coin toss, we say, is it fair to the opposing team? Them are the questions that we need for ask. So we say flipping a coin, heads are the obverse side of the coin, OBVERSE, or tails, the reverse side of the coin, don't necessarily mean say you have an advantage in later stages of the competition, however. Especially if you go up against a big side like Kingswood College, you go want to play cautious. Yeah? Under those circumstances, it may suit a team depending on their makeup. I would talk about Bascarad Foundation. Though, we say depending upon the youth, the mixture of students for that team, you go say to yourself, well, I better play cautious. But we get an idea of the questions that are going to be asked to be, and as a result, we choose to go first. We have an idea of the questions that we get, and we deal with it that way there. Yes? And so, as we wrap up the show, we say the kind toss is something to be talked about. Why? Because flipping a coin in the first place don't necessarily give one side a fair advantage over the next side. You get me? We also say it may be advantageous to certain teams depending on their standing, depending on their quality, depending on the part of the competition where we reach, that it might be in their favor. But for other teams where it might be a more quality side, it is advantageous to them because it will allow them to put pressure on the other side. And so we say big up to all the listeners. The finals are upon us. Wilbur's boys up against Arden High. And I put it to you. Do you think that for Arden or Wilmers, whichever the case may be, it may be advantageous to one team to go first? Do you think it will go better if any of them sides? Those sides are good sides. They have experience, they have knowledge, they are well-rounded. Will it matter who goes first? Yeah, they can comment and put forward your opinions and your views. Yeah, bud. So we say big up and continue for tuning to the show. Yeah, bud. Little more.
Yeah.